Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to the University of Vermont Centennial Field and the 2019 Vermont Division I Boys Baseball Championship as the top-seeded CVU Redhawks take on the number 10 seed, the Mount Mansfield Union High School Cougars. I'm George Como, Bruce Bosley alongside for the broadcast, our producer Ben Sackett. Two teams that met twice during the regular season, a 4-2 victory by the CVU Redhawks back on the 30th of April. But then on the 23rd of May, Mount Mansfield went to CVU and beat the Redhawks by a score of 8-2. That is the only blemish on the CVU record this year. The Redhawks 17-1. MMU as a 10 seed has made it through to the finals at 11-8. So as we get ready to get things underway, let's take a look at the batting order for the Mount Mansfield Cougars. And here is Bruce Bosley.
Hey, thanks a lot, George. Leading off for the 11-8 Cougars, the 10th seeded Cougars from Mount Mansfield Union High School. Leading off the DH number 2, Cooper Knight. He'll be batting for number 25, Connor Philbrick, who will be playing at first base. Batting second is number 16, George Goldsworthy, that shortstop for the Cougars. Batting third and pitching, number 7, Beckett Hill. The cleanup hitter for Mount Mansfield, number 14, Liam Foley. He's playing center field. And football quarterback and now left fielder for the state champions, that is, number 8, Asa Carlson. He'll bat fifth for Mount Mansfield. Batting sixth, playing second base, number 10, sophomore Ben Powell. Batting seventh and playing third base, Shareas Parikh. He's number 34. Batting eighth and catching, number 12, Matt Wixon. And batting ninth and playing right field, number 11, Mason Combs.
All right, Bruce, and the defense for CVU, Lars Johnson at first base, Tyler Skolfelstad at second, Ryan Anderson at short, and Eden Johnson at third. The outfield, Jacob Baliba in left, Jonah Roberts in center, and Brendan Tivnan in right. The catcher, Baker Angstman, and the pitcher, Ian Parent. Thank you for joining us. First pitch of the ball game, a fastball for a strike, and it is 0-1. Parent, the left-hander, into the motion, pitching. And it's taken up high by Cooper Knight. 1 ball and 1 strike. On the season, Parent has been very good. 7-0 with 1 save for the Redhawks. Swing and a miss, 1 and 2.
The Gatorade Player of the Year, George, and he's bound for Endicott College in Beverly, Mass.
44 in the third innings, 16 walks. 69 strikeouts for the lefty. Pitch missing low. And the count 2-2 on Cooper Knight, who's hitting .342 with 3 doubles. 2 ball, 2 strike pitch coming from Parent. Here it is. And grounded up the middle, past the mound, taken by the second baseman Skolfelstad. The throw not in time, gets away. And holding on at first base is Knight. He slipped and fell down as he was trying to turn, thinking maybe of going to second. And he is aboard. Bruce, where are we going to score this?
I don't know, George. Do you think he would have beaten that one out? Skolfelstad had to rush the throw, but he had it in time.
It was a close play. I would give him a base hit.
Okay, benefit of the doubt. Cooper Knight with the base hit.
So the lead man is on, nobody out.
And Skolfelstad, one of the better fielders in the state, better fielding infielders. He's heading for Ithaca College.
The batter is George Goldsworthy, the shortstop. Goldsworthy, .369. 3 doubles on the year. 10 stolen bases for Knight as he steps into his lead. And Parent's pitch missing a little inside, maybe a bit low. 1 ball, no strikes.
And Parent, the left-hander, with an outstanding move to first base, keeps runners tight at first.
Parent from the set, checks on Knight and delivers. And it is on the inside corner, a strike. Our plate umpire this afternoon, Marvin Pritchard. Connor Hoagland at first, Peter Wright at second, Joe Fisher, the umpire, at third. 1-1 strike count on Goldsworthy. Parent pitching, and a swing and a miss, riding it down under the hands on the inside part of the plate, 1-2.
Goldsworthy, whose first 2 years he spent at Lamoille, kind of one of those guys who lives right in between the two. School choice, he chose Mount Mansfield the last 2 seasons. He's going to be heading for St. Joseph's of Maine next year.
Parent at the belt, ahead 1-2. He comes to the plate, breaking ball for a ball. Runner going, throw to second is not in time. Ball hit the bag, bounced away a few feet, and Knight in with the stolen base.
And I think in that case, Knight beat the shortstop to the bag, George. It looked like Anderson was slow over to cover, and Anderson made a nice job to keep the ball from going into center field.
The count is, I believe, now 3-2. The pause by Parent and to the plate, and it swung on, a fly ball hit to left field. That sends Baliba back. He's there in deep left and makes the catch for the out. Knight holds on, and there's one away.
Good ride by Goldsworthy. Got under that one, George. Got the barrel on it, but very high to left field.
So 1 out for the Cougars. And the batter is the pitcher, Beckett Hill. Hill as a hitter, .465 with 2 doubles. Right-handed bat for Coach Keith Carter.
Keith Carter, tremendous player here at the University of Vermont, All-America East third baseman.
Kick and a pitch. Fastball swung on and missed right on by, 0-1.
First team All-Region as well for Bill Courier's Catamounts back in the day.
He was pretty good for the Cougars back in the day
he was.
as well.
He and the Ferraro brothers. Andy Tosh as well, it's his assistant coach.
0-1 coming. Hard stuff again, but well up out of the zone. 1-1 strike on the right-handed hitting Hill. Cougars, the 10 seed, came through the tournament, beat Linden, the 7 seed, 9-2. Edged BFA St. Albans 3-2. St. Albans, the 15 seed, had knocked out Burn Burton, the number 2. And then in the semifinals, MMU beat Colchester 4-1 to make it to Centennial for the first time since the year 2000. Pitch is taken for a strike outside part of the plate down. It's 1-2 now on Hill. Last time the Cougars were here in 2000, they beat Colchester 8-7 for the championship. Now a 1-2 pitch coming from Parent, and it is punched foul to the screen over by the CVU dugout on the first base side.
Beckett Hill, a tremendous student, George. I'm not sure he's going to play college baseball. He's going to Rensselaer in Troy, New York. How do you spell Rensselaer, of course? RPI.
RPI, yes. 1 2 strike count. Parent at the set. And the kick and the pitch to the plate swung on, foul back. So Hill hanging in with a 1 2 strike count.
He's not an umpire today, but Larry Riegert, RPI alum, always loves that. Just throw that out to him.
I have spent many a night in the Houston Fieldhouse at RPI over the years.
High above rinkside, excuse me.
Very high. Breaking ball, got him looking. Strike 3 called.
Yeah, Parent went back door on that one, George. Beautiful pitch.
His first strikeout of the afternoon, now 2 away with a runner at second. And the cleanup hitter, Liam Foley at the plate, the center fielder for the Cougars, at .367 with 4 doubles on the season.
Now, I'm not going to mention Keith's dad first because he's the third assistant on the team, but Andy Tosh and Dan French done a great job as assistant coaches for Mount Mansfield in Keith Carter's first season. But joining him on the bench is the legend Jim Carter. And this is the first time a Carter coach team has played in the Division I state championship.
1 strikeout on Foley. Swing and a miss, came with the hard stuff, blew it right by him, 0-2. Of course, Jim Carter had a few teams in the D2 tournament.
I think he holds the record. He and Frank Pecora are there for the record for most state champions and trips to championship games. Frank Pecora, of course, at Northfield and Jim at Winooski. A couple other stops along the way as well.
Now an 0-2 pitch from Perrin, and it swung on a missed strike 3. Went upstairs with heat. Gets back-to-back strikeouts and leaves the runner at second base. No runs, a hit, and a man left. Middle of the first, it is 0-0, and I'll tell you, Parent gets it up there pretty good, Bruce.
Yes, he does. Low 80s fastball, very effective, high leg kick, and did a great job there, stranding the runner, the leadoff runner at second base.
So nothing across for the Cougars in the top of the first. CVU will be coming to the plate, and for their batting order, here's Bruce again.
Leading off is number 13, the center fielder, junior Jonah Roberts. Senior Tyler Scaffelstead, the second baseman, number 2, will bat second. Aiden Johnson, number 4, plays third base. He'll bat third, former Vermont Lake Monsters bat boy, so he knows all about the dugouts here at Centennial Field. Jacob Murphy, number 34, is the DH. And number 11, Lars Jensen, as we mentioned, he plays first base for the Redhawks. Ian Parent bats fifth, the pitcher, number 15. Number 8, Jacob Baliba, the left fielder, bats sixth. Batting seventh and catching, number 9, Baker Angsman, whose brother Nick played on a CVU state championship game about 8 years ago, C team. Ryan Anderson, number 7, bats eighth. He's playing shortstop in the wraparound spot. Number 9 hitter is the right fielder, number 3, Brendan Tivnan.
Defense for the Cougars at first base, Connor Philbrick, Ben Powell at second, George Goldsworthy at short, and Sherez Parikh is around at third base. The outfield, Hayes Carlson in left, Liam Foley in center, Mason Combs in right. The catcher, Matt Wixon, and the pitcher is the big right-hander, Beckett Hill. Hill, as a pitcher this year, 4-0 with an ERA of 1.16, named first team All-Metro as a pitcher. And when you look at some of the pitching in the league this year, that's a pretty telling fact right there. So he will face Jonah Roberts, the CVU center fielder, to lead it off. Roberts, .411 hitter on the season, with 9 doubles, a triple, and 11 runs batted in, and he gets plunked with the first pitch.
So leadoff hitter aboard for Champlain Valley as well, and it's a hit by pitch to Jonah Roberts, who has excellent speed, George, at first base.
Yeah, Roberts in the stolen base department. Thought it was here, maybe it's not. Guess not. But he has good success in that area.
Oh, far right.
Tyler Scaffelstad is at the plate, the second baseman.
Yeah, he leads the team with 15 steals, George.
Okay. Scaffelstad, .366, 2 doubles, a triple, 14 runs batted in, and takes the strike, 0-1.
Dropped the hands kind of on a late bunt attempt, but we'll see what happens. Maybe just showing bunt to pull a third baseman in.
Lead man into a good lead. Roberts edging out to the edge of the cut. Coming to the plate is Beckett Hill, and the pitch missed a little high. 1 ball and 1 strike on Scaffelstad. Right-handed bat, slightly open stance. Waiting on a 1-1 runner is going. Pitch swung on, hit in the air, right center field. Center fielder Foley coming over, makes the catch. Back to first is Roberts, and there's one away.
Roberts really hustling back, and Foley were running to the opposite side there, George, running to his left. Couldn't turn and make the throw, but got the ball in easily.
Here's one of the best players in the state, Aiden Johnson, now the CVU third baseman. Johnson at .431, 4 doubles, 2 home runs, 14 runs batted in.
Certainly one of the best hitters, George.
The pause, the throw to first by Hill kind of side-armed it over there, short-armed it, and Roberts back. Johnson, I don't know, how many walks has he drawn this year? Johnson has a dozen base on balls.
Yeah, .530 on base percentage.
Runner going, pitch taken for a strike, throw to second is high, and the stolen base for Roberts. Of those 12 walks by Johnson, I wonder how many of them have been intentional or semi-intentional walks. Runner at second, 1 strike count on Johnson. Breaker bends off the outside corner, down, 1 ball and 1 strike.
Not playing baseball in college, but heading to the University of Michigan. Wearing red for the last time.
Good swung on, driven
There's
deep to left
is.
field. That could be. That is off the fence on a hop. Around third, Roberts to score. Johnson in at second with a double. 1-0 CVU.
Powerful hitter, George, right there. Turned on that pitch. Have not seen a home run here since the championships. The fence has moved in, actually. Championships moved here in 2012. Off the crack of the bat, George, I thought that one was out of here.
I did as well. Landed on the track, 1 hop against the wall. RBI double. 1-0, and Jacob Murphy, the designated hitter at the plate. Johnson bouncing around. Murphy takes, and the pitch is high. 1 ball and no strikes.
So the hit batter on the pitch that rode in by Hill on Roberts to start the game comes back to Hahn. Roberts scores the game's first run.
The pitch swung on, a fly ball hit toward right field. The right fielder Combs coming over in foul ground makes the catch. Johnson tags but does not go at second, and there are 2 away.
Combs in right field. Mason, a junior. I believe he's the younger brother of Kyle Combs, who won a couple of state championships here at Centennial Field for BFA Fairfax. Saw Timmy here as their dad.
Runner at second, a run in, 2 out. Ian Parent, the pitcher, at the plate. Takes, and it got the inside corner, a strike, 0-1. As a hitter, Parent at .462, 3 doubles, a triple, 17 RBIs. 0-1, swung on, fouled back.
Very good first baseman, George. Great footwork around the bag, quickness as well. Goes back on the pop-ups extremely well, which that's hard to do for a left-handed first baseman.
The double by Aiden Johnson was his 5th, his 23rd run batted in. 0-2 coming to Parent, and he swings on a pitch up around his chin and pulls it foul down the right side.
Now, I wasn't around for high school soccer in the state. Aiden Johnson, I believe, was the CVU boys soccer goalie. Were they the state champions this year? They're usually in the conversation.
I can't remember right off the top whether they won it this year or not. Pitch taken out of the zone high, 1-2 now on Parent. Austin Danforth of the Free Press is in the press box. I think he could give us the answer to that one. We'll have to check with him between innings. 1-2 coming. Parent swings, pops it foul, third base side. Parikh has a play, and the third baseman makes the catch. The inning is over, but a pair of hits, including an RBI double by Johnson, have CVU in the lead. After 1-0 Redhawks. This is the 2019 Division I championship game on the NFHS Network.
Just a reminder, kids who participate in high school activities tend to go a little farther than those who don't. Take part. Get set for life. It's easy to spot people who participated in high school sports and activities.
Right on time.
They learned important lessons like leadership, teamwork, respect.
Hey, our meeting moved to 10.
We'll be ready.
Values that last a lifetime.
We need to focus on 3 factors.
Support high school sports and activities in your community. When kids take part, they get set for life.
We'll go to the second inning here at Centennial Field. Third of 4 championship games this weekend. So far, Fairhaven and the White River Valley High School have won state championships. Fairhaven last night and White River Valley earlier today.
Guaranteed Chittenden County winner here today.
And then tonight, Danville and Black River will play for the D4 championship. Mount Mansfield in the second inning, Asa Carlson, their left fielder, lead off. Three sports star for the Cougars. Swings, fouls, one at the plate, 0-1.
Tyler Johnson was the soccer goalie for the state champion Red Hawks in boys soccer this past year.
And Asa Carlson was the quarterback for the state champion Cougar football team last fall. Fastball in for a strike and the count 0-2. He also a regular for the Cougar basketball team for the last couple of years. Finishing up his MMU career this afternoon. He's in the hole 0-2, and Parent gets him looking with a low fastball, got the knees on the outside half of the plate. And Parent is starting well. He's got 3 straight strikeouts. 1 gone in the second for the Cougars. And Ben Powell, the second baseman at the plate. Powell at 304 with a couple of doubles and a home run, to his credit this year. Takes, and it's right down the middle for a strike, 0-1.
Lest we forget the CVU head coach, Tim Albertson, 11th season for Tim.
Pitch popped up in the infield. Scaffelstad, the second baseman, underneath, makes the catch, and there are 2 away.
I believe Tim Albertson coached Keith Carter as well, I think for Essex Legion.
Very quietly, Tim Albertson has put together a heck of a career at CVU.
He certainly has.
They are consistently there every year.
Well, you know, he's developed a great program there. He Adam Provost beforehand as well.
Here's Sheas Parikh, the third baseman, taking strike 1.
You know, obviously by far they're the biggest high school in the state, but that doesn't guarantee the numbers they get for their 3 baseball teams, including freshmen.
Breaking ball, a strike, 0-2. Yeah, they had a long bench in the introduction of players before this game.
Not JV call-ups either, George. These are guys, look at their stat sheet. It's jam-packed.
0-2 pitch.
It's like the Lake Monsters.
Parikh put it back to the screen. Yeah, they've got the full list, that's for sure. Parikh, a .333 hitter with a couple of doubles, down on the count here, 0-2. Parent delivers, breaking ball, and it just missed.
They benefit, though, they also draw from 2 of the better amateur baseball programs in the area, in the state as well. Williston has been tremendous, as well as Shelburne, from Little League to Babe Ruth League.
Indeed.
And middle school as well.
1-2 coming. Parikh takes it again, and again it just missed. That's 2 in a row on the backdoor breaking ball. It just missed the outside edge. So the count even now, 2 balls, 2 strikes. The motion and the pitch by Parent goes back to the fastball down low, and the count is run full now, 3-2. I think he comes right back with high heat here. Let's see.
Curveball hasn't fooled Parikh.
The kick and the delivery goes with a fastball on the ground out to short. Taken there by Anderson. The throw across. And an excellent play at first base by Lars Johnson to keep his foot on the bag. And the inning is over. Mount Mansfield goes in order. Middle of the second. It's 1-0 CVU. This is the championship game on the NFHS network.
Coaches teach your kids to dream. Coaches teach your kids to overcome. Coaches teach your kids good sportsmanship. Coaches teach your kids proper technique. But who teaches your coaches?
I've noticed that.
We'll go to the bottom of the second inning. CVU up by a run. And they will send up their 6, 7, and 8 hitters. Jacob Boliba, Baker Angstman, and Ryan Anderson against Beckett Hill, who hit the leadoff man, Jonah Roberts, in the first inning after Roberts stole second. He scored on an RBI double by Aiden Johnson. Boliba, the left fielder, to lead off, right-handed bat. Hill pitching, breaking ball, and got it in there for the strike, 0-1. Boliba 277 with 4 doubles, a triple, and 11 RBIs. Chops it. Foul, ball rolling out in front, but it came off Boliba's foot. Down in a heap at home plate. Feeling of his ankle. Oh boy, that hurts. And now he'll get up and walk it off.
I'll tell you what, you think it hurts now, George. It's going to hurt anytime, but earlier this season when it was like 40 degrees out, that would have knocked him down for a little bit longer.
Now, Coach Carter out of the dugout, I think he was inquiring, did he actually make contact with that ball? And clearly he did. So it is 2 strikes on Boliba. Hill, the tall right-hander with a breaking ball, and there's another one fouled at the plate.
Keith took over for Brian Chandler. Brian Chandler did a very good job at Mount Mansfield. Some very good teams, really keeping the program going after Bob Slayton retired. Bob Slayton, one of the legends in high school baseball here in Vermont.
Pitch up high. Of course, all those years when Jim Carter was coaching at Winooski, Bob Slayton was coaching Carter's kid out at Mount Mansfield.
And Steve Ferrara's kids as well.
Check swing on a pitch down, and he went around. That strike 3. So Boliba fans the first strikeout of the afternoon for Hill, and there's one away here in the second. The batter, Baker Angstman, the catcher.
Stand corrected on Baker Angstman, George. He, I believe his brother Nick played in the state championship game for Adam Provost Redhawks, or CVU at the time. Did not win it, though.
Slow breaking ball, missed a little outside, ball 1.
Nick went on to have a very good career at Middlebury College.
This Angstman hitting .233 with a double and 6 batted in.
Excellent all-around player, too, George. He's arguably their best defensive shortstop. I think Murphy moves to DH. Murphy's been their catcher all year. Murphy moves to DH, and Angstman comes behind the plate. And he also is a good pitcher for them as well.
Count goes to 3 balls and no strikes on Angstman.
Saw several of their games this year in a different position each time for Baker.
There's a 3-0 strike down the middle, 3-1.
And all of them well. I don't know who your color guy is in this summer, but this chair is really low.
Yes, I went to the stool here. Pitch down low, ball 4, and Ekstrom aboard with a 1-out walk. The first base on balls allowed by Hill, who hit a man in the first inning. So with 1 on and 1 out, here is the shortstop, Ryan Anderson.
Ben Sackett doing a heck of a job trying to raise the chair behind me.
Good luck with that, Ben. Anderson at 192 on the year, 5 for 32.
Don't worry about it, Ben.
The pitch, breaking ball in for the strike.
I'd like to thank
0-1.
Paul Stanfield, a guru here at the press box, and well as VPA media as well. He rescued these desk chairs from the University of Vermont, was recycling them.
They were about to, get
going
shipped
behind
out of town.
here, and he went down, and we got great chairs here in the press box, as well as the Lake Monsters coaching staff.
Pitch foul to the screen. It's 0-2 on Anderson. Runner at first, 1 out, bottom of the second.
I'm calling in the relief chair. Thank you very much, Ben.
Substitute chair. 2-strike pitch. Anderson goes up to get a ground ball to third. Parikh goes to second.
Whoa.
There's one on to first, not in time. They nearly turned it
nice
around
turn
the
there
horn.
too. Powell, great arm. He's one of their better pitchers at second.
So fielder's choice for Angstman, or for Anderson. They knocked down Angstman. And with 2 away, the number 9 hitter, Brendan Tivnan, the right fielder at the plate. Right-handed bat with his own rooting section. Throw to first, chasing the runner back.
One of 7 seniors on the Redhawks, Tivnan.
317 hitter. 13 hits this year, all singles. Swings, launches one to center field, but right there, Liam Foley to make the catch. And the inning is over. No runs, a walk, and 1 left. After 2, it's 1-0 CVU. This is the 2019 Division I championship game on the NFHS network.
This is Adam, take 2. Mark?
I guess.
I go like this.
The best part about playing football in Texas has to be the reaction from the community.
I want to encourage others to play volleyball or choir because you get to experience new things and do stuff that you've never done before. My reason why is passion.
My reason why is pride.
We'll be going to the third inning. 1-0 lead for CVU. Mount Mansfield with their 8, 9, and 1 hitters, Wixon, Combs, and Knight, coming up against Ian Parent. And for the play-by-play, here's Bruce.
Hey, thanks a lot, George. Cougars looking to get on the board. CVU with that, Champlain Valley with that run in the first. And as you mentioned, it'll be Matt Wixton, their catcher, to lead it off. Mason Combs to follow, and top of the order to Cooper Knight against Ian Parent, Gatorade Player of the Year for the state of Vermont this season. And some tough finalists as well. Colby Broett, tremendous hitter at BFA St. Albans. Josh Beon, last night's losing pitcher at Otter Valley as well, among others. First pitch, a strike to Wixon. Second pitch is 1-1 now. Wixon this season, 225 average, has a couple of doubles. Behind the plate. Interesting story that Jim Carter told me, and Keith backed it up in the dugout before the game, is that the third game of the year, they were down 10-0 with 2 down in the 5th against Rutland. Down 10-0. And swung on a miss. Strike 2. And MMU down to their last out in a mercy rule game, and they asked Keith if he wanted to like squeeze for a run or something to keep the game going. He goes, no, we're not going to do that. 2-2 pitch, swung on and missed. Strike 3. Parent with a strikeout, and that's his fourth of the game. And here's Mason Combs. Mason in right field, junior, $130 average. He does have a home run along with 6 stolen bases. So anyway, Mount Mansfield rallied for 3 or 4 runs there in the 5th with 2 out and a couple on. And then a couple more the next inning and ended up winning the game 11-10.
Wow.
I think a 5-run 11th inning, or a 5-run 7th inning gave them the 11th runs. So they were down to their last out like twice in the game and won it. In the 7th, they were down to their last out and still rallied then too. So how about that? And it really turned. They felt it really turned the season around. The guys on the bus home said, "All right, we got things together." You know.
Yep. That's impressive.
Combs 2-0 pitch, way outside, counting his favor, 3-0.
Parent has struck out 4, been very impressive, and all of a sudden falls behind 3-0 to the number 9 guy in the lineup.
Cooper Knight, the DH, led the game with an infield hit. And now Combs draws the 1-out walk, and Cooper Knight will come to the plate with a runner aboard.
Parent really wasn't close with those.
No, not at all. Not to the number 9 hitter. So here's Cooper Knight, the DH. Hit a little chopper to second, slow roller that Skaffelstad could hustled in but could not make the play for the putout. Knight with good hustle reached and then stole second, was left there. As Parent retired the next 3, 1-2-3. Big lead for Combs at first. Breaking ball there, gets away from the catcher, and into second is Coombs. Moves up. Not sure if that hit the dirt, George, or it was just dropped.
I think he just dropped it.
Okay, we're going to go pass ball on that. Official score here at Centennial Field at night games. That's a brutal play call for me to make. I usually have to ask for help after the game with the coaching staffs of either team. And can't tell if the ball hits the dirt or not. Looking through the catcher and the umpire from 90 feet away. But was a strike, and now the count even at 1-1 tonight. 1 down with the runner at second. Steps out to get some signs from Keith Carter, affectionately nicknamed Cooter, when he played for the Catamounts. One pitch, sliced foul for strike 2. Keith as well as Andy Tosh have a tremendous wiffle ball team in the Travis Roy Foundation wiffle ball tournament. Jason Ferreira and Steve Ferreira, sons of Steve Ferreira Sr., involved. Swung on and missed for strike 3. So Knight goes down and strikes. Second strikeout of the inning, 5th overall for Parent, but a big second out.
And that is just nasty. When you get it up there as hard as he does, when you throw that pitch, it's almost unfair.
Dan French, also a participant fundraiser in that tournament, as well as Ian Parent, the pitcher. He and his dad, Tom, have been around the tournament since its inception. At least Tom has. First pitch in the dirt. Nice stop there by Anksman. Ball 1 to Goldsworthy. George, one of the top players, seniors in the state. Tremendous pitcher for Mount Mansfield as well. Last year he got him into the quarterfinals. Heartbreaking loss, I believe, to Brattleboro. Parent now steps off and throws to second. Skaffelstad right there. Back easily, though, is Knight. Pitchers, I don't know, sometimes reflex action, George, they step off and still throw it to second. They don't have to. That's the one of the bases they don't have to. And you see so many errors on bad throws, so why throw it?
Good point.
The 1-0 at the knees, inside, corner, strike one. 1-1 now to George Goldsworthy.
Parent can go upstairs with the heat, but he is pinpointing stuff down around the knees, in and out right now as well.
This one's laced to center, in, diving in, can't make the catch. And it's running third, coming home, the throw to the plate. Tried to be cut off by Jensen, but coming in is Combs with 2 down off the crack of the bat. Boy, he had a good break on that one, George, and great speed around third. And we're tied at 1 apiece on the 2-out RBI single by George Goldsworthy.
Jonah Roberts, the center fielder, plays shallow, and he came in, took the shot at it, could not quite come up with the shoestring, and the game is tied. A clutch 2-out hit for Goldsworthy.
And good base running, run unearned right now as Goldsworthy's second hit for Mount Mansfield, and we're tied at 1. And number 3 hitter Beckett Hill was caught looking his first time up at the plate with Goldsworthy aboard. So RBI single for Goldsworthy.
And the pass ball comes up very important.
Yes, it does. Give a speedy runner to Coombs to second base. Runner going, they got him picked off. Jensen's throw to second, he is out. Sliding under it was Goldsworthy, but putting the tag on it was the shortstop, Anderson. So Goldsworthy picked off caught stealing to end the threat. His RBI single, though, this only hit in the inning, drives in Coombs, and we're tied at 1. Midway through the third, Mount Mansfield 1 and Champlain Valley 1. You're watching the NFHS Network.
The NFHS Learning Center is the leader in online education for the interscholastic community. At nfhslearn.com, you can find over 60 courses for coaches, administrators, officials, parents, students, and performing arts programs, including over 25 free courses such as concussion in sports, heat illness prevention, sudden cardiac arrest, and protecting students from abuse. For more information, visit the NFHS Learning Center.
Middle of the third here. Mount Mansfield with a run in the top half to tie it at 1 apiece. Top of the order now for Champlain Valley CVU Redhawks. Jonah Roberts, Tyler Skafstad, and Aiden Johnson against Beckett Hill. Little senior righty. Now tied here. And Roberts, who was hit by the first pitch of the game by Hill, stole a second and scored on Aiden Johnson's 1-out double. Roberts, speedy center fielder. This one over the plate, or sort of over the plate, but low for ball 1.
Roberts, .411 hitter on the season for these guys.
Takes this one down low, ball 2. Hill, after that, allowed a base runner after the Johnson double, walk in the second, and here's a base hit, second hit of the game for CVU as Roberts singles through the hole on the left side. And he's aboard again to lead off an inning for Tyler Skaffelstad.
And now we'll see how Coach Albertson wants to play this.
Did steal second with Skaffelstad aboard, or at the plate, first time up.
Roberts, as Bruce said earlier, leading CVU with 15 steals. Had the big lead, Bruce, and drew the throw.
Automatic throw over to see if Skaffelstad was going to drop his hands to show bunt as well. Good lead again for Roberts. Oh, they got him picked off. Oh, safe though. Couldn't get the tag down in time.
Throw came up a little bit short of the bag, and Philbrick, the first baseman, couldn't get it down and get the tag back. Very quick snap move by Beckett Hill.
Roberts off to the big league. Lead is going. The throw down, and he slides under this one safely. Another stolen base for Jonah. Pickoff attempt didn't keep him close. He was on the way. And pitch was a ball, I believe. Yes. So he's in scoring position again. Second steal of the day for Roberts.
And now 17 on the year.
Fake bunt here by Skaffelstad takes a strike. Good pitch there by Hill. A crossfire fastball outside corner. The big righty with the set. Goldsworthy dancing around the runner. Skaffelstad shows bunt, pulls back as the pitch is well outside for ball two. 2-1 now to the Champlain Valley's second sacker.
That's one of my favorite parts of baseball, Bruce, is that jockeying around out there between the shortstop and the base runner.
Here's the 2-1. He shows bunt, lays a good one down, but it rolls foul.
Ball was bunted up the third baseline. I think, Bruce, it hit the cut of the grass, and that changed the direction.
The spin on it. You're right. If that stays on the grass, Skaffelstad may have a base hit. Anyway, 2-2 now with the runner at second. Nobody out here in the third. Johnson on deck. Johnson with a loud double, and the first at bat is on deck. 2-2 fouled back.
Got it up over the roof and back onto the concourse here at Centennial.
Seventh title game appearance for both teams. Mount Mansfield has won 4 of 6 previous tries. CVU 3 of 3. This one down low, well outside. Nice stop by the catcher, Winkson, for Mount Mansfield. CVU's last title, they have back-to-back titles, 2014, 2015. Fouled at the plate. Good fastball there by Hill. Mount Mansfield, as George mentioned early, first time since 2000 they've been in the title game, and they defeated the Lakers that year. Their other championships, 1998, 1995, and 1991. Ooh, this one rides in, 3-2 pitch, ball 4 anyway, but Skaffelstad will reach first on the hit batter.
Second hit batter by Hill.
So 2 aboard now, nobody out for Aiden Johnson. Nowhere to put him. He drilled a long double to the warning track down the left field line, his first at bat.
You mentioned MMU winning a championship, Bruce, in 95. That year, they came in as a 10 seed and made it through, and in the championship game beat a very good Mount Anthony team here to win the title.
Steve Potvin led Mount Anthony team. Potvin went on to play at UMass. Dan French, the pitching coach, out to the mound for Mount Mansfield. Dan French, Mount Mansfield alum. Pitched at community college up in Maine.
You mentioned, of course, earlier on, the fact that there have been such a run of great players and great coaches through this MMU program. And they've always been close. You think that they would have won more titles than what they have. Of course, Bob Slayton, a great coach.
This pitch on the outside corner, strike one on a slow curve by Hill to lead off Aiden Johnson. Johnson doubled in CVU's lone run in the first. The 0-1, this one's hammered hard again, just foul off of third base. Pulled that one again, barreled up on it, count now 0-2.
Third base umpire Joe Fisher with the call, and that would have been all kinds of trouble for the Cougars, that is.
Standing Cougars down the years, brothers, the Rexfords, the Alexanders, the Ferreras. Runners going to third, the throw down, not in time. Roberts stole that one on the pitcher, George, and moving to second with the stolen base following him was Scaffelstad, but Roberts with a big jump. Hill may not have looked at him. Double steal, second and third now.
Count 1-2 on Johnson, but now he's got two runners in scoring position.
Third steal of the day for Roberts.
Cougars bring the infield in, Bruce, at the corners at first and third.
Gonna knock down the second run, if so. Johnson underneath this one, lost this one to left field. Carlson over to the line, but it's way into the seats.
Out of play. Back into the picnic area down the left side.
We rely on the fielders to track the ball here because of the roof on.
We have a roof, and we also, balls hit that way particularly,
Yeah.
We have a girder.
Yeah,
which
and when
kinda-
Carlson stopped, I thought he might have a chance, but he stopped to look at it land 50 feet away.
All right, now the infield in all the way around.
1-2 pitch. This one's hammered to right at Coombs. Makes the catch, runner tagging, coming to the plate. The strong throw, and he is safe. Moving to third is Scaffelstad, and Redhawks now on the sac fly by Johnson, who went to left field his first time up. Right field drives in another run on the sac fly, and it's 2-1.
Heck of a throw by Mason Coombs, made that close at home plate, but Roberts just able to get in ahead of the tag.
Took a shot at him, but kind of airmailed the throw to get to the plate and allowing Scaffelstad to easily move to third. So he's at third with just now one out for Jacob Murphy, the DH. Murphy fouled to first his first time up.
And again, the infield in for the Cougars, now trailing by a run, 2-1.
Fake the bunt, now dumps this one into right field. That would have been a base hit. Runner held up. The throw to the plate. Coombs, a great throw, but safe at home is Scaffelstad. Not sure why Scaffelstad got the late break, but he's quick enough to scoot home anyway, and they add on another run, and it's 3-1.
RBI base hit for Murphy. And after giving up the lead in the top of the inning, the Redhawks have come right back with a pair.
So here's Ian Parent, the pitcher, now with a 2-run lead. He's got the runner at first. Inning continues in Murphy. Pitch down low, ball one. Signs from Tim Albertson at third.
Murphy only 3 steals on the season, leading away at first.
Bunting and his Parent should have left that one alone. Fouls it off for strike one.
Yeah, Ian Parent, kind of a lackluster effort at trying to bunt that ball, just kind of reached out there and poked at it.
The 1-1 pitch. This one slapped to left field for a base hit. Hit parade continues for the Redhawks. Third hit of the inning. Parent aboard, and moving to second is Murphy.
And after kind of indicating he wasn't that thrilled about bunting, Parent takes the next pitch and lines the single the other way. And now we're going to get a visit to the mound by Coach Carter, and that may be it for Beckett Hill.
Yeah, he gives Carter the ball. Let's see who will get it. And it may be Goldsworthy or Powell.
Looks like Powell.
Yeah, it will be Powell. Ben Powell, a sophomore. So Hill will come out. And going into play second base will be number 2, Cooper Knight, in the DH spot. Still in the game, the top of the order. And Ben Powell now will step in. Sophomore right-hander. Powell on the season, 4-2 record with a 3.68 ERA. And Hill not hit hard, but hit enough here in the third inning with the 3 hits, and the hit batter didn't help things on hit batter or walk to Scaffoldstead nonetheless. Both he and Roberts have scored. Murphy is on second and Perrin is on first when Jacob Baliba will come to the plate.
So far, 3 runs, all earned against the record of Hill, and he leaves with 2 runners on his responsibility. And CVU opening it up to 3-1, and with only 1 out, a chance for much more here, Bruce, as the top seed tries to not only win a state championship, but also avenge the only bleep on their record this year, the loss final day of the regular season to MMU.
So Cooper Knight now into the game on second base, and I'll tell you what, CVU baseball has been on a mission since last year too. I know Stormy Rushford has been well documented. Stormy Rushford, one of their pitchers, junior pitchers, battling cancer or leukemia, and worked his way through it to be back on the field. As here's Baliba, the first pitch to Jacob, up high for ball 1.
And
they also lost a player, passed away when the school year started as well. And Tyler Scaffoldstead, a classmate of him, best friend, I can't remember his last name, Paul's his first name, worked here for the Lake Monsters in concessions as well. And done some tremendous fundraising. Tyler Scaffoldstead ran the Vermont City Marathon a couple of weeks ago to raise money for the Hope Foundation. You can see a lot of the Hope t-shirts around the stands. This one's hit to right field, poked in the air. Coombs will get another shot at this one. Does not have to air out the arm as both runners hold for the second out.
Yeah, he's shown enough with that arm that the runner out at second, Murphy, was going no place.
Shallow fly ball. Big first out by Powell, retiring him. And here's Baker Anksman, the catcher, at the plate. Baker today walked and was cut down on a fielder's choice. First at bat, that was back in the last inning, the second. So 2 in, and this one looped over the screen to the seats. 2 in, 2 out, 2 on for Champlain Valley. Baker Inksman at the plate. Mentioned his brother, a heck of a baseball player at CVU. His sister is like a world-class pianist. How do I know that, George? Well,
I was going to say.
My wife sings in the South County Chorus, Rufus Patrick, director.
Okay.
And she is a piano soloist for it.
Very cool.
This one in the dirt outside. Waste pitch, 1-2 now to Anksman.
And the CVU pianist team was seated number 1 in the state tournament.
I looked in the program. Her resume is way deeper than in the Anksman baseball players. This one hit up the middle and flipping to second. Ooh. Goldsworthy just beating Parent, sliding in, and that retires the Redhawks in the third. CVU, though, picks up a couple more on 3 base hits. They leave 2, 3 complete here at historic Centennial Field. It's Champlain Valley 3, Mount Mansfield 1 on the NFHS network.
A smile, such a simple gesture, an effortless contraction of muscles, a flash of teeth. Healthy smiles have the power to spread joy, courage, and love. When you smile, it transforms you and the world around you. So if you feel the urge, go ahead and use that simple gesture. to spread joy. Keep your smile healthy and strong. Choose Delta Dental, protecting more smiles than anyone. A smile, such a simple gesture. It transforms you and the world around you. So use that simple gesture to spread joy. Keep your smile healthy. Choose Delta Dental, protecting more smiles than anyone.
Top of the fourth here at Centennial Field on sun-drenched Centennial Field. Ian Parent now with a 3-1 lead. Will face the middle of the Mount Mansfield order. And I believe Beckett Hill will stay in the game as DH. Never sure on the high school DH rules. Federation DH rules. In professional or college baseball, he'd be out of the game. Anyway, re-entry, Beckett Hill will lead it off, followed by Liam Foley and Acer Carlson. As CVU, Mount Mansfield tied it with a run in the top of the third, but Champlain Valley with 2 in the bottom half takes a 3-1 lead, and we go to the fourth. Ian Parent finishing up his warm-up tosses, and a huge crowd here at historic Centennial Field. One of the bigger crowds we've seen in recent years, George, for the Division I state championship.
Yeah, this is excellent.
Last year, Colchester and South Burlington, 2 big D1 schools, was the first game in another large crowd, but possibly not like today. South Burlington last year had lacrosse, I believe, at the same time. CVU had lacrosse conflict, but that was earlier today. The boys won the state championship. Half swing by Hill, fouls it to the screen. Now the count 1-1.
Very good game, by the way. CVU beating Burton 15-13.
Tough
for
day.
The D1 title.
And the South Burlington defeated Burton in the girls' side 8-7, Division I. Nice pitch, nice frame job by Anksman, but outside for ball 2. This one's hit well to second. Scaffelstad over. Scoops it up, flips it to first for Retire Hill for the first out of the inning. 4-3 is Hill's retired. He's 0 for 2. Liam Foley, the cleanup hitter now at the plate. Struck out in the first against Parent. Paul Hopner was the CVU baseball player, passed away last fall. Big swing and a miss by Foley. Count now 1-1. One deals. This one's popped up, but will go out of play for strike 2.
Wind here at the ballpark, Bruce, continuing to blow across left toward right, sometimes in a little bit from left center field.
So here's Parent, the 1-2. Big kick by Ian, who just missed down low. Count goes to 2-2.
He wanted that one. Didn't get the call from Marvin Pritchard.
So here's the 2-2, 1 out, nobody aboard. Breaking ball missed outside. Parents had trouble with that, George, especially the right-handed hitters.
That one looked like it slipped out of his hand a little bit.
So count runs full to Foley. Liam heading to Castleton next fall. Slices this one to right center. Back for Roberts, who plays shallow, makes the catch for the second out. Long run for Roberts. But he makes a very nice running catch.
He made it look very easy. That was not an easy play. He had a long way to go, and he tracked it down.
Yeah, slicing ball as well. So 2 outs. First 2 batters recorded here in the fourth Parent looking for the shutdown inning. He's 2/3 of the way there, and here's Asa Carlson. Carlson caught looking his first time up, lefty on lefty. There's a strike, strike one. On the outside corner, strike two. So Parent, who fell behind, had to battle back to get Foley. Now quickly ahead of Carlson, 0-2. Comes right at him, bounding ball right back to the box. Parent stabs it and will flip to first to retire Carlson and the Cougars, who go 1-2-3 in the fourth. 3.5 after 3.5. It's Champlain Valley 3, Mount Mansfield 1 in the Vermont Division I state championship game, live on the NFHS network.
Just a reminder, kids who participate in high school activities tend to go a little farther than those who don't. Take part. Get set for life.
Kevin texted us. Ended on your basic A2. BFA 1-3.
8-2. So he threw out the tying run at the plate.
Yeah.
It's easy to spot people who participated in high school sports and activities.
Right on time.
They learned important lessons like leadership, teamwork, respect.
Hey, our meeting moved to 10.
We'll be ready.
Values that last a lifetime.
We need to focus on three factors.
Support high school sports and activities in your community. When kids take part, they get set for life.
Bottom of the fourth here at Centennial Field. Be Ryan Anderson, Brendan Tivnan, and Jonah Roberts for Champlain Valley, the Redhawks. And be facing Ben Powell, begins his first inning of relief. He came in with one out and a couple runners aboard. Got the last two, got Baliba and Anksman. Pitch out of danger, 2 runs in the third, replacing Beckett Hill. Hill allowed just 4 hits. The 2 hit batters both came around to score 2 of the 3 runs. He struck out 1 batter and issued 1 walk as well, 1 freebie as well. 3 freebies with the hit batters. All 3 runs were earned. Hill. Nice breaking ball by Powell. Outside ball 1. Powell, just a sophomore, good live arm for Mount Mansfield. Works with Dan French quite a bit. Missing up high, 2-1.
Scoreboard starting to fill in, Bruce, on this very busy weekend. We'll kind of run it down here as we go along.
Swing and a miss, going up high. Anderson for strike 2.
Last night, softball Division II, Otter Valley falling to Mount Abe 9-1. Baseball here, Fairhaven beat Otter Valley. A 2-1 final score.
Just getting a piece there, Anderson to stay alive, 2-2 again.
Actually, that was 3-1 last night. Virgins won the Division II Girls Lacrosse Championship 10-9 over St. J.
This one's popped up in the infield. Coming in is the second baseman, Knight, and Cooper makes the catch for the first out.
And the other game last night, the Boys Lacrosse D2 Championship. Stowe beat Harwood 9-7. Already today here in Division III baseball, White River Valley 9-5 over Virgins to win the championship.
Here's Brendan Tivnan at the plate, number 9 hitter in the wraparound spot. Speedy right fielder. Popped out his first time up. Ball 1 from Ben Powell. Fouls this one to the screen for strike one.
West Rutland D4 softball beat Blue Mountain 19-9. We mentioned CVU 15-13 over Burton boys D1 lacrosse. South Burlington 8-7 over Burton girls D1.
This one's punch foul, giving chase Philbrick, and he can't make the catch. No error on that, George.
Long way to go.
Yeah. We kind of draw an imaginary line where a real ballpark will be. Anything past that, you can't charge an error to unless the guy's camped underneath it.
Got the glove on it, couldn't hold on. Also today, Division I girls softball, BFA St. Albans beats Missisquoi 3-2. 2 out, bottom of the 7th. Missisquoi tying run thrown out at the plate to end the game.
He loaded the bases in the 7th. Or 6th or 7th inning of softball, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, tip of the hat to the Comets, not the Bob Whites. That's their boys' team. So we're the paddles. Talk about the Rutland and Mount Mansfield game. The paddles were on them in the quarterfinals or semifinals against Essex, top-seeded Essex the other day. And a miracle comeback, a couple of miracle comebacks in that game.
They were down 7-1 early, and then again later in the game after they had caught up, they fell behind again by 4 runs and came back to win at Essex.
So Tivna now 1-2 hole after the foul ball. 1 out, nobody on. This one's hammered right back to the box. Powell, though, gloves it. Kick saving a beauty there and flips it to first to retire Tivnan. Well struck by Brendan, but goes 1-3 in the scorebook. 2 quick outs. Jonah Roberts now at the plate. Roberts has been in the middle of both rallies for the Red Hawks. Hit by a pitch, stole second and scored in the first. Singled through left side, stole second and third, scored the go-ahead run in the third. Big breaking ball, nice pitch by Powell. Ball for strike one, beg your pardon. Ultimate Frisbee champions last week, George. We got to get that one in. Montpelier High School boys and girls. You know, I broadcast wiffle ball in the summertime. I'd love to do Frisbee to get to both the Ultimate Frisbee, to get to both plastic sports.
I have been a little comically critical of Ultimate as a sport, but watching highlights the other night,
oh my God,
there are some really athletic moves that are made out there.
1-2 pitch. Count now 2-2. More sports kids play. I know coaches of long-standing sports sometimes get agitated when something competes for their own players, but that's not the case, because if you complain about not of another sport and you cut guys from your team, cut players from your team, then they need a place to play too. 3-2 pitch up high. Roberts aboard again for the third time.
And you can figure he'll be on the move. He's been on base twice. He twice has stolen second. Another time tagged on a steal of third.
So here's Tyler Skaffelstad. Skaffelstad flied to center the first inning. Hit by a pitch, scored a run, stole a base in the 2-run third. He and Roberts came in on sacrifice fly and an RBI single by Jacob Murphy. Sacrifice fly by Johnson. Volleyball, another sport really catching on here in the fall in Vermont. Empty gyms, why not? Golf has moved to the fall.
Yeah, I have no problem with moving them around if it...
Tennis may be another one thinking about that. I'm not sure. I've heard that, but...
Makes all the sense in the world.
Runner going. Roberts for his fourth stolen base and slides in easy as his throw tails away. Pitched a ball to Skaffelstad.
So 4 on the day, now 19 on the year for Johnson, or for Roberts, I should say.
So he's in scoring position again. Skaffelstad, I believe, 1-0 the count. Mike Mullally, umpire last night at third base in the D2 game, is a veteran volleyball official now in Vermont. Does some games at Middlebury College as well. 1-1 now to Scaffelstead as that one hit the outside corner. Powell focusing on the batter, Scaffelstead. Murphy with a big lead at second. Breaking ball just missed. Count now 2-1. In volleyball, George, at St. Michael's College, the finals, division or boys and girls, 2-1 pitch. This one's popped up. We'll get to that in a minute. Back for it is Coombs in right field. The sunglasses there and makes the catch. Scaffelstead retired in the fourth, and so are the Red Hawks. They leave a runner. 4 complete. It's top-seeded Champlain Valley Union 3, Mount Mansfield 1, in the Vermont Division 1 boys baseball championship game on the NFHS network.
Coaches teach your kids to dream. Coaches teach your kids to overcome. Coaches teach your kids good sportsmanship. Coaches teach your kids proper technique. But who teaches your coaches?
His daughter plays. We'll go to the fifth. Mount Mansfield coming to bat, looking to chip into CVU's 3-1 lead, and here's George Como.
All right, Bruce. The Cougars come up with the pitcher, Ben Powell. Started the game as the second baseman, but came on to work on the hill a couple of innings ago. Powell to face Ian Parent, who has scattered 2 hits through the first 4 innings. He has struck out 5 and has walked 1. Powell popped to second his first time. Right-handed bat. The left-hander Parent delivers, and it's down low. 1 ball, no strikes. MMU rallied to tie the game in the top of the third at 1, but CVU got 2 right back as Powell fouls one that tips off the top of the backstop and back up out of play. So the count 1 ball, 1 strike. Parent rocks into the motion. That big leg kick delivers. Fastball up out of the zone. 2 balls and 1 strike. Powell to be followed by Parikh and Wixon for MMU here in the 5th inning. Pitch rides down and in. And now it's 3-1 on Ben Powell.
Cougars have made Parent work. It hasn't been easy for him, although he's allowed just the 2 base hits and just 1 walk.
3-1 coming. And he walked him away. Ball 4, and the lead man on here in the 5th inning.
Several 3-ball counts for Parent, and that one second walk of the game here as Powell reaches.
So the tying run coming to the plate with nobody out here in the 5th. Cherise Parikh grounded out short to first his first time. Glances down to Coach Carter in the coaching box at third. Parent to the set. Lefty to the plate. And the ball fouled straight back. Off the facing of the roof. Kicks right back to Marvin Pritchard behind home plate. He looks at it. Checks to see if there's any green paint. Doesn't see any. Puts it
not
back
enough
in the ball
anyway,
bag.
you know.
1 strike the count on Parikh. Parent drops down to the belt and goes to first with the throw. Powell back in. Powell, 4 stolen bases on the year for the Cougars. The set by the lefty and the pitch to the plate. The breaking ball chopped foul. Defensive swing there by Parikh, and the count 0-2. Outfield shallow, infield double play depth for the Red Hawks. The long pause. And Parent with the pitch, and it's swung on, lined out into left center field. Diving, unable to get there is Roberts. It's Baum, rolls back into the gap. Powell around third. They're going to send him home. Here's the throw, not in time. Parikh with the RBI double. As coming around to score from first is Powell, and it's a one-run game, 3-2.
Heck of a relay throw by Scaffelstead, George, on that play. But, you know, we've been talking about Roberts. He's made some acrobatic catches playing so shallow. This time he got smoked, and it cost him a run and possibly more.
So it is a one-run game. The tying run is at second with nobody out here in the fifth.
Courtesy runner here, pinch runner coming for Parikh.
That is number 6 or 16. That
six,
is 6.
Corey Peoples.
So Corey Peoples is the runner. The batter, Matt Wixom, the catcher.
Just like that, Mount Mansfield with some life after Parent had been dominating, and their crowd gets into it as well.
Now Parent from the belt steps off, looking the runner back. Don't have any numbers on Peoples if he has got anything done in the stolen base department. The bunt on, it's a good one. Out in front, Parent looks to third, throws there, and not in time. And runners at first and third. What do you think, Bruce? Fielder's choice or a bunt?
Fielder's choice sacrifice on that play. So
okay,
can't penalize the Wixon who gave himself up. They would have got the out. Parent really the left-handed pitcher, George. I don't think he could have. He might have been able to throw the catcher out at first if he turned and fired, but he was left-hander. He was going right to the ball. It was easy for him to pick it up and plant and throw to third.
Well, I'm thinking there was a chance he wasn't going to get him at first base anyway, so it maybe could have been a base hit. But Fielder's choice on the sacrifice. First and third, nobody out. The batter is
Let me
Mason
think about that
Combs.
one for a minute, yeah.
Combs, the right fielder. Pitch down in the dirt, ball one. 1 ball and no strikes.
Let's see, Wixon is he's a senior day, last game. That's a hit.
Give him a base hit. All right, we will adjust our already ugly scorecard.
Not as ugly as the last game.
Oh, true.
The fifth inning. Parent, though, in a spot.
1 ball, no strike count. Pitch on the way, shows bunt. The pitch taken for a ball. Runner going to second. No throw.
Stolen base for Wixon. And everybody asked me, he didn't throw it. It can't be a stolen base. Well, they were holding him on, and Parent was looking right at him. So it doesn't matter whether the catcher throws it or not.
It is 1-1 now on Coons.
And you're not going to give a guy a base with a one-run game either. So anyway,
infield in
now they're
for the Red
around,
Hawks. 1-1 to the plate, and a swing and a miss.
Well, the coach's last name is Carter, although there's 2 strikes now. A squeeze might have been in order.
Yeah, the Carter family, at least Dad.
He's shaking his head down below. The father is, by the way.
I guarantee you it's in their game plan somewhere. They may not do it as much as he used to, but we'll see. 1-2. Swing and a miss, strike three. Parent goes upstairs with heat and strikes out Coombs for the first out of the inning.
Big out here. One out, though.
That's his sixth strikeout. Top of the order, Cooper Knight has singled and struck out, 1 for 2.
Yeah, 6 strikeout, George, and none bigger. A huge first out.
Infield stays in. Knight, right-handed bat. Parent ready. And here comes suicide squeeze on. They miss the butt, and the runner is tagged out. And there are 2 away. The other runner ends up at third, but now 2 gone in the inning. Put it on. They didn't execute it, Bruce.
Yeah, so caught stealing Peoples. Ball low pitch, dug out of there by Anxman. The shortstop in Anxman there, the nice scoop. And he was able to put the tag on him, hustled him back.
So now it is Wixom at third, representing the tying run with 2 out. 1 strike count on Knight. The kick and the delivery, and he fouls it away to the right side out of play. Knight missing the suicide squeeze bunt attempt, but he can still save himself here if he can get a base hit and get that tying run home. Parent 1 strike away from wriggling off the hook. Ready to work. 0-2. Struck him out swinging, high fastball, and the inning is over. MMU gets a run, but they leave the tying run at third. Middle of the 5th, CVU 3, Mount Mansfield 2. This is the Division I championship game on the NFHS network.
All right, this is Adam. Take 2. Mark?
I guess.
I go like this.
The best part about playing football in Texas has to be the reaction from the community.
I want to encourage others to play volleyball or choir because you get to experience new things and do stuff that you've never done before. My reason why is passion.
My reason why is pride.
We will go to the bottom half of the 5th inning. Mount Mansfield with a golden opportunity after cutting the lead to 1. Second and third, nobody out, but they could not get the tying run home, Bruce.
Yeah, they couldn't, and the happiest guy running into the dugout had to be Jonah Roberts in center field, who got absolutely smoked on that, playing in shallow on Parikh, who burned him over the head with the double. Credit to Parikh, too, as well, for hitting a laser to center field.
Now Aiden Johnson leads off for his CVU and swings and lines a base hit into left field. Carlson gets it back in. So Johnson now 2 for 2 plus a sac fly. He's driven in 2 runs, and he's on to lead off here in the 5th.
It's a first hit allowed by Powell, who walked Roberts with 2 outs in the 4th. Roberts stole second and was stranded.
Now the DH, Jacob Murphy, flied to right and singled in a run. Takes, and it's high. 1 ball and no strikes. CVU leading by a run, looking for some breathing room as they seek their first state championship since 2013. Throw to first, runner back. They were here in 2015, lost to Rice by a final score of 5-2. They won it in 2013. Pitch swung on, drilled left center field. That's going to drop into the gap for a base hit. Cut off by Foley. Stopping at second is Johnson. And the Redhawks have 2 on with nobody out here in the 5th.
Murphy's second base hit, and that time the center fielder Foley made a nice route to the ball. The ball was really hitting the same spot that Preek's double was, but holds him to a single and no advance past second base by the base runner.
Now it's the pitcher, Ian Parent. He is fouled to third and delivered a single. He was the last man Beckett Hill faced before the pitching change. The pitch is taken for a strike, 0-1. Mentioned the last time CVU won the state championship here was 2013. That was that epic rain delayed into the night game against Essex. Pitch bounced foul past the bag at first. That was Rain Supple.
Yes.
For CVU, who kind of came on stage for the first time that year. I think he was a sophomore.
Yeah, they lost 2 years later. He was the losing pitcher to Will Hesslink for Rice, the 2015 game. Remember, I forget his first name, but the center fielder for Rice, Phillip. Was it Andrew Phillip?
Oh, God.
Anyway, he made some unbelievable plays in center field.
Here's a fly ball out to right field. The right fielder, Coombs, looking up into the sun, makes the catch. Runners hold, and there is one away here in the CVU 5th inning.
With Will Hesslink now playing at Boston College, George, one thing we're here at Vermont Baseball Coaches Association very proud of is our Vermont high school players that go on to play in college. It's the 11th or 12th straight year a Vermont high school baseball product is playing in the ACC, one of the best conferences in the country.
Jacob Boliba, up left fielder, swings, drives the ball in the air to center field, galloping back. Foley gets there, makes the catch for the out. Runner coming to third, and he'll be there. Johnson moves up. That time Foley in center took off back to home plate, galloped back about 15 steps, turned, and he was right where he needed to be to pull it down.
And that's really hard to pick up the ball when you turn the other way like that on a sunny day like today, and a heck of a job in center by Foley.
So after
on both plays, cutting that first hit down to just a single and no base advance.
So after back-to-back hits to start the inning, CVU now first and third with 2 out for Baker Angstman, who has walked and grounded into a fielder's choice runner going to second. They forgot all about him.
Stolen base
for Murphy. So now it's second and third with 2 out.
6 stolen base, first for Murphy, 6th for the Redhawks today.
Now working from the windup, the pitch bending in from Powell, and a strike, 0-1 on Angstman. Redhawks leading by a run, a chance for one at least, maybe 2 insurance runs here with 2 out. 0-1 coming, and he pulls it foul down the left side, 0-2.
Well, Supple won that extra inning game in relief. Very wild in that game against Essex, but the guy who got him to pitch 7 strong innings in that game, Georgia, 6 strong innings, is still playing, and he's an All-American at Castleton, Davis Michael.
Pitch pop out to the right, might be playable. Over there is Philbrick, and he makes the catch. He dropped one, remember, earlier. Makes a nice grab on that, and CVU threatens. They do not score.
Shutdown inning for Ben Powell.
We'll go to the 6th, CVU 3 and Mount Mansfield 2. This is the state championship game on the NFHS network.
The NFHS Learning Center is the leader in online education for the interscholastic community. At NFHSLearn.com, you can find over 60 courses for coaches, administrators, officials, parents, students, and performing arts programs, including over 25 free courses such as concussion in sports, heat illness prevention, sudden cardiac arrest, and protecting students from abuse. For more information, visit the NFHS Learning Center.
We'll be going to the 6th inning. CVU with a 1-run lead, Bruce, but if somehow this lead gets away from them with 2 innings to go, they've got to look on runners in scoring position. Overall, they have left 7 men on base through the first 5 innings, leading here by 1 run. Top of the order coming up for the Cougars, actually 2, 3, 4 in the batting order. George Goldsworthy to lead off. And for the play-by-play, here's Bruce Bosley.
Thanks a lot, George. And George Goldsworthy, 1 for 2 today, drove in the Cougars' first run with a solid single to center field. Was picked off and caught stealing, but he singled in Coombs in the third. Coombs had walked, went to second on a pass ball, and scored on the Goldsworthy single. Takes pitch from Parent, ball 1 outside. Pops this one straight up. Parent calls it himself. Takes charge in foul ground, but giving way to the first baseman, wisely so. Jensen makes the catch. As the ball kind of leaned back toward fair territory, still a foul out, and Goldsworthy is retired for the first out.
Big out on 1 pitch.
Beckett Hill now at the plate. Now the DH was started as the pitcher. 0 for 2 today. Liam Foley to follow. Parent, first 3 players reached for Mount Mansfield in the 5th. 1 scored, pitched out of danger to keep the lead at 3-2. I did text Tim Albertson earlier this week. This one up high, 1-1. When they did reach the title game, I said, "Hey, don't let us go home a little earlier than 1 a.m. the last time you guys won it here." 1:30 a.m. actually. 1-1 pitch. Strike. He went around. Asked for help at first base. Which you can do that.
That was clearly the right call. He came around with a weak effort, but he went around.
1 out, nobody on. 1-2 now to Beckett Hill. Down low for ball 2. 2-2. The Essex pitcher who pitched great that night, wasn't around at the end, was Steve Jerkowitz, who went on to have a great career at Castleton, little lefty. Excellent ball game here at Centennial Field. The 2-2 pitched up high. 3-2 as CVU repeated. The year before they won against BFA St. Albans here at Centennial Field on an excellent effort, like a 75 pitch effort by Kurt Echo. With the win. This one sliced foul and it stays alive.
You mentioned Steve Jerkowitz, of course, went on, as you said, to Castleton to play baseball. He was also a heck of a hockey player at Essex.
Yes, he was. Yes, he was.
Part of a couple of championship teams there.
Here's the 3-2. This one's hit toward right field, toward the line, diving after a Tivnan, but it lands foul, and we'll do it again at 3-2.
Just enough slice the other way off that one, and it just was 3-4 feet foul. That would have been all kinds of trouble.
Yes, it was. Hill with good speed out of the box. Could see it right away. 3-2 again to Beckett Hill. The 3-2 pitch. Missing inside, and Hill, after fouling a couple pitches off, draws the 1-out walk. So he's aboard for Liam Foley. Foley has struck out and flied out in his first 2 trips. Hill's first time he's reached.
Third walk allowed by Parent, who has struck out 7 so far in this effort.
Legendary Rich Haskell climbing the steps below us.
Oh, my goodness, yes.
Swung on and missed. Sportscaster of the Year 2 years ago, correct?
Yeah, was it? It was recently, I think. Yeah, a couple of years ago.
Of course, you and I have combined for how many?
10? 10, I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
You're 10, my 0.
Your chance will come.
The 0-1 pitch. This one's punched foul for strike two. I used to say that when I broadcast St. Mike's basketball with Tony Adams. You and I, Tony, have combined for how many Sportscaster of the Year? That's when I just first started, too. So.
Of course, TA pointed out they were all his.
Yes. Oh, yeah, he was quick. Hey, you don't have any. Go combine, Tony. Go with it, all right? The 0-2. This one's hammered, foul territory, and out of play.
So Parent ahead 2 strikes here on Foley with a man on and 1 out. Boy, this is a great crowd.
Unbelievable crowd. It's filled. The last game it was just in the sun, people sitting in the sun. Everywhere it's filled, including the new Diamond Deck seats all around. Down low for ball 1. So Foley laid off that one as Parent been working him outside, came inside.
1-run game in the 6th inning.
Albeit these two schools, the two closest of the 8 participants. 2 biggest as well. Ooh, this one way outside. And Axman, great athletic move by Baker there to snag that one.
Yeah,
count 2-2.
That was a heck of a play by him. Another ball on that backdoor breaking ball. It slipped out of Parent's hand.
This one's punched foul. Giving chase is Jensen. Does he have room? No, he does not. He didn't have room in the old configuration as well, as I was in the walkway down below.
First row of the old seating area.
And putting the netting in all the way around here was one of the greatest things ever here at Centennial Field because of the walkway, George. People are walking around with food and all. They're not paying attention. 2-2 pitch. This one's hit in the air. Fair territory. Right fielder Tivnan over. Behind first base makes the catch for the second out.
So a good at-bat put forth by Foley, but ends up in the flyout.
Another pop-up issued by Parent. Either strike him out or pop him up. Effective pitching for him with that good defense behind him. Here's Asa Carlson. Carlson has struck out looking and grounded back to the box. Oh, 1 pitch.
Good pitch, hard.
Very good
on
pitch.
the outside corner, lefty on lefty here.
Second pitch outside. Carlson lays off. Crossfire pitch there. Kind of diagonal motion. 1-1 now to Asa Carlson. Throw over to first. Carlson, you got to think he and Patrick Burke at Mount Mansfield might be in the running for the Burlington Free Press Athlete of the Year that's given to the multi-sport players.
What a year Burke has had.
Yes. Here's the 1-1. Sliced foul. 1-2. And Patrick went over the 100-point mark in ice hockey, career point. Every member of his family, his 2 sisters and him, did that at Mount Mansfield. Dad, one of the all-time good guys. He's the principal, Patrick Burke Sr. at South Burlington High School. This one's little nubber past Parent in the shortstop to throw to first. Safe at first base, beating it out. Carlson with a great speed. That had a lot of spin on it. Anderson did all he could. It got by, once it got by Parent, George, it had the best shot for Carlson, and he keeps the inning going with an infield hit.
Yeah, nothing really that CVU could have done. If Parent could have gotten to it, he probably would have had the out, but Anderson made it closer than I thought it was going to be, actually.
Yes, he did, and a good stretch by Jensen at first, and here's Ben Powell, now the pitcher. He's walked and scored in 2 trips. 2 runners aboard. Big swing and a miss, strike 1. Swung through that one. the third, Mount Mansfield got their run on a 2-out RBI single by Goldsworthy, looking for 2-out Lightning here as well. Try to tie this. Outside, ball 2, or ball 1. 1-1 now to Ben Powell. One pitch on the outside corner. Nasty breaking ball there. Snuck it right in. Yeah, George.
That's the one he's had trouble with today. A couple of them have slipped out of his hand. He's just missed on a couple of others. That one was right on the money.
Here's the 1-2.
Goes with it again.
Yep. Powell stays alive, fouling this one back over the deck. At second base is Beckett Hill and Asa Carlson at first. Good speed for the multi-sport Cougars on the bags. 2 down, 1-2 pitch coming from Parent. Fastball down low. Marvin Pritchard took a good look at that, but it's ball 2. 2-2 with 2 down.
The Cougars, the only team that has beaten CVU this year.
2-2 pitch, swung on, bounced foul again. Powell stays alive.
MMU comes into the tournament as the 10 seed. They're 11-8, but they know they can play with these guys because they beat them 8-2 the last day of the regular season.
They did. Redhawks had the top seed wrapped up, but they wanted to run the table. 2-2 pitch coming. Powell pops this one up. Will it stay playable for Angstman? Back to the warning track behind the plate. He makes the catch, kept the mask on. And nice play by Baker Angstman, the shortstop behind the plate. And the long run, and Powell is retired, and so are the Cougars in the top of the 6th. They pick up a hit, leave 2 runners, middle of the 6th. It is Champlain Valley 3, Mount Mansfield 2 on the NFHS network.
A smile, such a simple gesture, an effortless contraction of muscles, a flash of teeth. Healthy smiles have the power to spread joy, courage, and love. When you smile, it transforms you and the world around you. So if you feel the urge, go ahead and use that simple gesture to spread joy. Keep your smile healthy and strong. Choose Delta Dental, protecting more smiles than anyone. A smile, such a simple gesture. It transforms you and the world around you. So use that simple gesture to spread joy. Keep your smile healthy. Choose Delta Dental, protecting more smiles than anyone.
Yeah, I guess that's what it comes down to. We will go to the bottom half of the 6th inning. 3-2 CVU with the lead. They'll look for some insurance as they come up against the right-handed slants of Ben Powell. 8-9-1 in the CVU batting order due up. Bruce, bottom of the 6th.
Yep, Ryan Anderson will lead it off, followed by Brendan Tivnan and Jonah Roberts scheduled. There's bullpen action now for CVU. 3 guys ran out there to the bullpen, including a catcher with gear. So we'll see. Not sure where Parent is in the pitch count.
They're also warming somebody up down the right field line.
Yes, they are. Guys throwing here. And I think there's some Mount Mansfield guys going out there as well. The visitor bullpen. Or there could be Black River guys from the other game. From the next
Black
week.
River and Danville are here. Yes. Their game's scheduled to start at 7 o'clock. I have a feeling maybe a little later than that.
It will be in at least an hour between games. So here's Ryan Eaton, actually pinch hitter, number 27 for CVU. Sophomore, hitting for Anderson. Eaton, a sophomore, is 12 for 31 this year. 387, and he gets a base hit here. I believe it's a base hit. Looking at the Farik, hit it right at him. George, I didn't see it.
I didn't either.
Okay.
I was writing it down.
Yeah.
I think the ball was hit sharply
quick.
right at him and kicked off of him.
Okay, so we're going to give a base hit to Eaton, the pinch hitter. So he's aboard for Brendan Tivnan. Shows bunt, pulls back, takes it for ball one. Pinch hit single for Eaton is CVU's sixth hit. And on the grass was Parikh, and obviously from the sound and quickness, right at him, but rather hard. Runner going, throw to second, and another stolen base for CVU. That's Eaton's first, of course, first appearance in the game, and the seventh for CVU.
Yeah, they have run all day long on the MMU pitchers and done it very effectively.
Keith Carter coming out of the dugout, asks his pitcher to step off and maybe reset the defense. And yeah, Parikh will give some signs from third base. The 2-0 pitch to Tivnan, bunts it right back to the mound. Powell's only play to first, waits for the second baseman to come over, and they get the out at first base. So Knight covers at first. Powell, a nice play. Nice quickness off the mound by Ben Powell. Tivnan gets the job done on the sacrifice, scored 1-4. And runner moves to third, Ryan Eaton.
And with one out, the Cougars bring the infield in.
Jonah Roberts at the plate. He's reached all three times. He's hit by a batter and scored, singled and scored, walked, was stranded at second. He's stolen 4 bases. One out, runner at third for the Redhawks. Second pitch is up high, ball one. So Tivnan with the sacrifice, first sacrifice bunt of the day for the Redhawks. 2-0 pitched. Hit off of to the right side. The guy guarding the bullpen there for CVU, he tried to fake like he was going to go get it. What he needs to do is get the heck out of the way.
Yeah, he could theoretically be called for interference or something.
It's a long way
like
away, but just because you're a long way away from the field, 2-1 pitch here to Roberts. Missing down low, 3-0.
Roberts, of course, has been a big part of this thing. He's been on base 3 times today, scored twice, stolen 4 bases himself.
The 3-1 hammers this one. Fair ball. That's going to go for extra bases. In to score is Eaton, and Roberts quickly into second base with a stand-up double. And the Redhawks used the little ball and an extra base hit, just their second of the day, to make it 4-2.
And the big day for Jonah Roberts continues, 2 for 2, plus a walk and a hit by pitch. He's scored 2. He's now driven in 1. And I wouldn't put it past him, Bruce, to be stealing his 5th base of the day here if he gets the chance.
Yeah, Keith Carter out to the mound to settle down Ben Powell.
So the lead is 2 runs now.
And Tim Albertson comes in to talk to the hitter, Tyler Skaffelstad. Skaffelstad has reached once, hit by a pitch, stole a base and scored a run. And flown out twice. Now, speed up the game rules. The other umpires help out with the foul, bringing the baseballs to the umpire, plate umpire. Maybe a faster umpire would help speed up the game. Guy's got my speed there. On the outside corner, strike one. So Powell, whatever Keith Carter said, maybe he said throw strikes. He did. Strike one. He is going to third. Pitch down low, and nice play there by Parikh to stop the throw by Wixon, and another stolen base for Roberts. That's 5 on the day.
Came into the game leading the team with 15. He's brought it to 20.
I use the dot system, George, and I'm running out of room for Roberts in my stolen base slot here. Anyway, Skaffelstedt now has the runner at third with 1 out. Infield in for the Cougars. Big hack there by Tyler for strike 2 as it fouled to the screen.
Went up after a pitch out of the zone and fouled it back. CVU continuing to loosen people.
Hits this one right back to the box on contact. Roberts stopped, though, and Powell goes quickly to first, holds the runner, looks over, holds Roberts at third. Skaffelstedt reached out and tapped that one to the pitcher. He's retired 1-3. Big second out for the Cougars as they'll move the infield back for Aiden Johnson. Johnson is 2 for 2 with a sac fly. He's driven in a pair of runs. Doubled in the first run of the game. In the first, sac fly in the third, singled and stranded at third in the fifth. Kicks this one down low, ball 1. The run by CVU this inning, the first allowed by Powell today. And a big pad run. Heading into the last chance for the Cougars. This one's hit on the ground toward third. Parikh, the scoop, throw over. Oh, gets away. And on to second will be Johnson. And in to score is Roberts.
What do you think on that one, Bruce?
I'm going to go with error on that one. I just think he had time to get him. Even though he was coming in on the ball. Good throw would have had him, or a true throw would have had him, and it was well wide of the bag.
First error by either side today. Error and no RBI, but now it is 5-2 here in the bottom of the 6th.
Okay, first error for either team on a very clean game here today with very good defense, and Redhawks add another run and lead at 5-2, as you mentioned, George.
How about Roberts' day now? 2 for 2, a walk, hit by pitch, an RBI, 3 runs scored, and 5 stolen bases.
And here's Jacob Murphy at the plate. Murphy, the DH. He's had a very good day, too, George. He's 2 for 3. He's also stolen a base. Not factored in any of the runs.
Looking ahead, Bruce, to the top of the 7th, Mount Mansfield will have the bottom third. Parikh, Wixon, and Combs due up.
2-0 pitch. Slapped foul for strike 1 by Murphy. The bottom third, though, has been the action part of the order for Mount Mansfield. Parikh has driven in a run with a long double. Coombs, the number 9 hitter, walked and scored the first run. Wixon singled in a run as well. Or no, Wixon got a base hit, did not single in a run. Infield hit and stole a base. So they're looking for that out of the bottom third to stay alive here. CVU now with a 5-2 lead. 2-2 pitch hit over the top. Murphy stays alive. EFA Fairfax with a 2-1 lead after the first inning over White River Valley in softball down at Castle. This one's popped up and will go out of play.
On the roof to our right. So CVU came in looking for an insurance run. So far they've gotten 2 of them.
2-2 pitch bounces away. Wild pitch will move the runner to third. Big turn there by Johnson, but he'll stay there. Wild pitch moves him to third. Count now 3-2 to Jacob Murphy. Pops this one up right side. Coombs in, calls off the second baseman, and Mason makes the catch to retire the Red Hawks in the sixth. CVU, though, picks up a couple more on 2 base hits. They leave a runner. There was one Mount Mansfield error in the frame. We go to the 7th in the Division I Vermont State Championship game. It's Champlain Valley 5 and Mount Mansfield 2 on the NFHS network.
Just a reminder, kids who participate in high school activities tend to go a little farther than those who don't. Take part. Get set for life. It's easy to spot people who participated in high school sports and activities.
Right on time.
They learned important lessons like leadership, teamwork, respect.
Hey, our meeting moved to 10.
We'll be ready.
Values that last a lifetime.
We need to focus on 3 factors.
Support high school sports and activities in your community. When kids take part, they get set for life.
We will go to the 7th inning. CVU 3 outs away from their first state championship since 2013. And MMU, down by 3 runs, comes up with the bottom third of their batting order. Led to the plate by the third baseman, Sherez Parikh. Parikh with a ground ball to short and an RBI double to his credit this afternoon.
Umpire signaled to his lineup card. I believe it's the shortstop Anderson, who was pinch hit for by Eaton. Ryan Anderson re-enters the game to play shortstop.
There
we go.
So here is Parikh against Ian Parent, and the breaking ball drops over for a strike, 0-1. Parent through 6 innings, scattered 5 hits, couple of runs, 3 walks, 7 strikeouts. Swing and a foul coming back, and it's 0-2. Game just a hair over 2 hours old as we play in the top of the 7th inning. Parent ahead. Ground ball bounced toward the left side, taken by the shortstop Anderson. The long throw is in time for the out. Nice stretch at first by Jensen, and 1 gone in the 7th inning.
Tell you what, Parikh, George, for a big guy, showed some great speed there. Almost beat that one out. Anderson, a heck of a play. A quick release there as the ball got by the third baseman Johnson, and Anderson threw him out.
Now Matt Wixon, the catcher, he is struck out and singled. Scored or stole base after a single in the 5th inning. And the pitch taken for the strike, and it is 0-1. Ian Parent kicks and delivers. Breaking ball that bent off the inside corner. And the count is 1-1. Lefty working quickly. Swing and a foul coming back. Now it's 1-2 on Wixon. CVU a run in the first, 2 in the third, 2 in the 6th. MMU single runs in the 3rd and 5th inning. 1-2, fastball away. 2 balls, 2 strikes now on Wixon. The Red Hawk left-hander kicks and throws and popped it off the hands. Coming over is Parent, and he'll make the catch for the out.
Nice play there by Parent. You don't like the pitcher to make a play like that, George, but he's the one who recognized that the quickest. It wasn't hit that high in the air and made sure he got the out.
Yeah, he was tracking it all the way. I think the key thing, as you said, Bruce, it was not very high. Somebody had to go get it in a hurry, and he did. So Mount Mansfield down to their last out, trailing by 3 runs. The batter is the right fielder Mason Combs, who has walked and struck out. He has scored a run. Parent pitching. Combs takes it's right down the middle on a strike, 0-1. Ian Parent looking for the win, which would be his 8th of the year, and he's down to 1 strike. 0-2, the count on Combs. CVU crowd up applauding.
7 Ks, none since the 5th. Would love one here.
And he's got it. Swung on and missed, strike 3. The ball game is over, and the top-seeded CVU Redhawks are the 2019 Vermont Division I baseball champions as they beat the Mount Mansfield Cougars by a final score of 5-2. Ian Parent recording his 8th strikeout of the game to nail down the victory for the Redhawks and give them the state championship. With all due respect to everybody else in the field, going in this year and through the season, CVU has been the class of the field, Bruce, and they show it right down to the end.
Yeah, it's been an emotional ride this school year for this baseball team, and you know, their mission was to win it for Paul Hopner, and they did today, and heck of a job, especially for the seniors for CVU, Tyler Scaffelstead, Brendan Tivnan, Aiden Johnson, Ian Parent, Isaiah Lawler, Alex Murray, and Jacob Murphy. Tip of the hat to them. Tip of the hat to the Mount Mansfield seniors. Great careers for them. Beckett Hill, Asa Carlson, Matt Wixon, the catcher, Liam Foley, the center fielder, Andy Phelan off the bench as well, and George Goldsworthy, lest we forget the talented shortstop for Mount Mansfield. Tip of the hat to Keith Carter and his Cougars. The 10th seed, they thought the season was over a while ago, but they made it to Centennial Field. How about that? But once again, tip of the hat to Champlain Valley with his state championship.
Your totals in the game: CVU 5 runs, 8 hits, 2 errors. The Redhawks left 8. Mount Mansfield 2 runs, 5 hits, 1 error. The Cougars leave 4. The winning pitcher is Ian Parent, the complete game 5 hitter, running his record on the season to 8-0. The starter and loser for Mount Mansfield was Beckett Hill. He ends the year at 4-1. Time of the game, 2 hours and 4 minutes before a big crowd here at Centennial Field, and a very, very solid presentation. The other thing, 6.5 full innings of baseball, Bruce. Only 1 error.
Only 1 error, 1 pass ball, and not many other freebies. And it was the CVU bats putting the pressure on, and on the base pass, putting the pressure on Mount Mansfield with the 8 stolen bases, and also CVU hitters in the game in 6 innings struck out just once.
Got to be very impressed with that. All right, that's going to wrap up our portion of the coverage here on NSN, but stay right with us because we will bring you the on-the-field award ceremonies, which are currently underway. I'm George Como for Bruce Bosley, our producer Ben Sackett, and our crew. Again, our final score, CVU, the state champs, 5-2 over Mount Mansfield. Stay with us for the ceremonies, and we'll be back shortly with the D4 championship game right here on the NFHS Network.